Welcome back to the Legend of Heroes Trails Beyond the Horizon, where we are taking another tour with Van's group through Edith and investigating what we learned about the AD group. And so far we had also done a few forest BGs, one of them even led us to information about them. And now we continue with red exclamation marks, and it looks like we have a Aramis class meeting? Oh, and yes, and the rest of your work crew. Busy on the job as usual, are we? Yes, it's good to see you all. Really cutting loose having a girls' day out at Quincy Parlor. Plus one guy. Shut it, it's not like I want to be here. Can we just get this educational visitation meeting done with? Don't be so impatient, James. Educational visitations, that brings back memories. Sure does. I heard they suddenly made the call to do it in Long Life this year. Yep, originally we were supposed to be off during the end of the week. But then the space program got moved forward. I have to say, I'm looking forward to getting the chance to see a manned rocket launch. You still haven't decided on whether or not you're going to participate, though, have you, Agnes? Yes, that's right. Sorry to cause you all so many problems. It's fine. What happens, happens. You just focus on doing your thing, okay? Thank you, Dad. It's nice to have such good friends. Well, you can keep mulling it over till the 11th hour, if that's what you need. Right. Speaking of student council work, you mentioned having a good deal of trouble with vendors compared to last year, yes? Yeah, about that. Apparently it's because people left their jobs without passing on the appropriate information? It seems like there's been more people like that in the past year, regardless of the industry. Is that so? Smells like it might be related to the missing persons incident. But they must have all had their own individual reasons to quit. Dissatisfaction with their current circumstances may be a common denominator, however. At any rate, it would be a shame not to make the most of a venue here. Do your meeting the right way and get yourself some sweets. But of course, that's what you were intending from the start. Good luck to all of you too. Alright.
Initializing planner mode.
I have a new fixer stuff.
Welcome to the Treon Mall. Here you'll find Treon Tower.
Wasn't there some... Someone's calling? Is this a past client? Aqua Solutions, Van speaking. Thank goodness, this is the right number. Do you remember me? My name is Amy. I'd asked you to look for Mark, who had gone missing. Yeah, I remember. He was a member of a Desire gang that was cooperating with Armata. He had left the gang for her sake and ended up paying the price for it with his life. That's right, he was sent to a Jäger Corps camp that was hostile to Armata once in order to scout out their strength. We at the guild learned about it only after the fact. If only we could have intervened a little sooner. Thank you for your help back then. You went to so much trouble for me. I haven't been able to put it completely behind me yet, but I'm finally facing forward and... Wait, enough about me. I need to tell you what just happened. Someone claiming to be a Spriggan reached out to me. What? How can that be? Can you tell me about him? What do they want? He was maybe in his early 20s. He was tall and a little handsome. He's different from you, but he did have a similar vibe. So he was a hunky, wild-looking guy with gruff but attractive face? Good grief. So what did the man want? Well, he brought up the man who forced Mark to take on the unreasonable job that led to his death. And he asked, don't you want revenge? But, I don't know for sure, but he was probably talking about Desire's leader, right? If it went for him, Mark would be... Right now we'd be... I didn't know how to respond, I hesitated. But before I could give him an answer, he said, understood, leave it to me, and left. I see. Don't worry, we'll handle this. You said you finally got back to your feet, yeah? Just leave a meddler to us.
Alright, thank you. Even if he was a little handsome, he seemed dangerous. If you really don't know who he is, then be careful.
To sum it up then, it sounds like something could have happened to that guy. You're right, we'd better get over there right away. Our destination is... Lever. The Lever District. The guy's target is Jeffrey, ex-leader of Desire. I wonder if Eddie will be okay. Jeffrey too. That guy said he was a Spriggan, but just how is he connected to Van's group? So I got to him already, huh? Man, perfect timing. A Spriggan came for Jeffrey just a few minutes ago. He was saying stuff like, I have more to say about last night's incident before leaving with him. Eddie was a little worried, so he followed them. Ah, so we're too late. Still, we should be able to catch up to them if we hurry. They went that way, right? Leave it to us. We'll make sure Eddie's safe too. Okay, I'm counting on you.
Bit early to be going Betty by on me, ain't it? So much for Jeffrey Valentino, ex-leader of Desire.
Stop, damn it! You said you knew Van, but that was a total lie, wasn't it? Sure, this guy might have been a good-for-nothing, but why would you go this far? I never said I know him, did I? I just told you I'm a Spriggan. It's not like it's trademarked, and I'm sure the guy wouldn't mind. But don't take my word for it. Why don't we ask the original Spriggan himself, Mr. Van Arkwright? Huh. So having us catch up to you was part of a plan? It's him! You came for us? It was a bold invitation, but now I'm sure I've never met you before in my life. Why don't you introduce yourself, so-called fellow Spriggan?
Sure, the pleasure's all yours.
Fabio Rosso.
Name's Fabio Rosso. Drifted over from the city of Dijon not too long ago. I'm pretty well known back in my neck of the woods, but I'm guessing you're out of that loop.
Now, I remember hearing from Dingo about a guy who took things a little too far. Back when Armada was still thriving, he used any means necessary to attack anyone affiliated with them. Taking the mirror, their goods, and making it look like the work of hero or robbers. How's that even possible? Like a naughty child, but even that doesn't begin to describe him. I heard from a branch that such a person existed. Why would someone like that lead Mr. Arkwright here? Good question, he even wrote that provoking message. Yeah, to put it plainly, I admire you, Van. I admire the work you do as a Spriggan, hovering between light and shadow, determining your own definition of right and wrong. You can think of me as a self-serving follower, if you like. I see. I can understand admiring Van, but... if that's the case, then why are you intervening in 4 SPGs that have already been settled? The wallet incident, the stalkers, and now this revenge mission. You took them all on without permission. Your way of doing things is nothing but selfishly digging up Van's concluded cases. It's support in name only. Just what are you aiming for with all of this? And yes, I'm with her. This girl's your assistant, right? Seems like the rumors are true. You've got guts. But you should quit it with this keeping house shtick. The Spriggan I heard about would have wrapped everything up alone, using his cool head. Using his cunning, merciless judgment, 'tis alone. Didn't you even work behind the scenes during the war? Now look at you, surrounded by brats and broads, rendering half-assed resolutions to valuable 4 SPGs. Drop it off, you'll cozy up and climb into bed with a guild of cops swarming around like law-abiding roaches? Tell me, Van Arkwright, is that acceptable Spriggan behavior? Well, it's true we look like we're playing house. If I met up with me last year, he might say something similar. Oh. Then there's your answer. Why don't you cut ties with these goody two-shoes right now and get back to being your cold, calculated bad self? I'll do whatever I can to help too, but I won't be some assistant like your colleague. I might not have your mysterious powers, but I've got tricks of my own up my... Let's forget for a second how you even know about that. The way you're calling yourself a spring is pissing me off. You just want to solve for species in a way you think is cooler than mine? But it's like Anya said, all you're doing is wasting time digging up old cases and ruining every solution. I thought for sure you were harassing me, never meant you actually thought you were being nice. There must be a reason for this misunderstanding. Based on that logic, you are planning to punish that man. Does that mean exacting revenge by way of murder? What? I mean, he did some awful things. But that doesn't mean anyone else can make up for what he did or his atonement. That's right. I may just be an assistant who wasn't here to help last night, but I can help now. Watch out. Is that what I think it is? Is that not what that woman in Russian used? Sure is, my specialty. An enhanced needle gun. A shot yet, huh? Shouldn't be surprised considering you're the ones who brought down our Martin. Ah, you won't get away. Ah, he made it on the road. I failed to bring you down, but that's fine. Today I just wanted to say hi. Why don't we have a proper showdown someday soon? To determine which of us is truly worthy of being the Spriggan. Zeros, follow his... Forget it. There's no reason to chase him down. He may be an ass, but he's a proud ass. It's not like he's gonna try to get the jump on us. You think so? Still, it would be best to remain on high alert, just in case. I'll have a guild look into him too, and find out where he got that needle gun. Appreciate it. I'm sorry, Eddie. You had to go to such lengths for someone like me. Exactly, I was trying to protect you. But asshole pissed me off with all the crazy things he was saying. You decided to atone, didn't you? But what happened to Mark and everything else? After that, one of the others offered basic medical treatment to Jeffrey before returning to the Leather District. With information on the suspect Spriggan, Fabio Rosso to the guild, as well as Marduk, and then resumed their work.
Well done, everyone.
Reward deposited.
Hey, you! You'll buy something, yeah?
I think I'd end up on the other end of one of your beatdowns again. I brought all this on myself, that's why I would have been fine if the end came right then and there. But after everything with you and Eddie, just running away like that would have been lame as shit. Honestly, my feelings about Jeffrey are pretty complicated to say the least. But that doesn't mean I want things to end like that, especially after he decided to make up for what he did. I can't thank you enough for all the times you saved us. But I say it again, thank you. I'm so relieved Eddie's okay. I was really worried. Never thought someone would be so bold as to try and impersonate you, Van. I intend to accept Jeffrey's apology. He's trying to atone for what he's done. That's why I don't think it's right to pass trust on him like that. Good. There's something to do in Orba.
Let's be on our way.
Hey Simon, heard you beat some pros yesterday. I mean, I know we're in the lower brackets and all, but still, maybe you'll ever give us a chance to learn a few tricks from you. I don't know about that. I'm still a long ways away from joining the big leagues. Just gotta keep practicing. To be honest, that's why I've been looking forward to this match of ours. Give me a chance to try out some new moves. Yeah? Then let's do this thing. After the win you guys got at the festival, you can bet we'll be returning the favor. Oh yeah, that pro basketball tournament's supposed to be in full swing by now, right? We have the Red Tigers in up a bracket this year. That shooter of theirs is something else. He's not on anyone's radar just yet though. But we're going all the way to the top, I guarantee it. Maybe let's see if I can catch one of their games soon. A pro basketball tournament, huh? What a feeling that somebody could bet on at the sportsbook. Sportsbook.
I guess we're off.
Thanks for stopping by.
What on earth is that costume?
Let me ask you something.
What would you like?
You need to use a bookie service, right? What event would you like to bet on? Looks interesting. Tournament. Might not be a bad idea to bet on that one used as a point of reference.
We'll see how things play. What would you like?
I take a contender.
We'll see how things.
And back to Orba to Andalusia.
Let's roll, gang.
Welcome to Andalusia Patisserie.
Okay. Oh, it's Miss Chloe and Lucrezia? The hell kind of lineup is this? And you're even showing your face this time around?
My, if it isn't the Spriggan and his helpers. Hello there. I didn't expect to run into you again so soon. In regard to my face, it's not as though it's meant to be kept secret. You all saw how I looked when I wore a kimono before, no?
Oh yeah, I guess that's true.
I've heard all about how things have been going, and from the sound of it, you've all been through a lot. It seems someone gave you a bit of a hard time recently.
If you know that much, I'm not quite sure how to respond. But regardless, it's nice to meet you. My name's Elaine O'Clair. How polite of you. I'm Chloe, Judith's mother. I'm sure you already know my background, so it shouldn't be too much of a surprise. But Lucrezia and I have been acquainted since back when I was still, working full-time. Indeed, we first met before I even joined the society. It's been, my word, 16 years since we last fought while I was a member of the Order of the Moonlight Horse. Yeah, you're always quite a troublemaker back then, weren't you? Well, it seems you've mellowed out quite a bit since then. Well, I owe that largely to you and your relentless scolding now, don't I? I see. Interesting. Certainly an unexpected link between you two. Come to think of it, you were working full-time around 10 or so years ago, Miss Lanster. So you two were kind of like Jägers then? Sometimes you'd fight, but other times you'd work together? That about sums it up, yes. She was never completely awful, but Mr. Oathbreaker on the other hand... Yeah, we are very familiar with him by now. Well, as much as we may seem like a package deal, I'm not always working with him, you know. Back when we were both in the Order, he was fairly hands-off when it came to my activities. Even though I'm not quite sure what he's up to. Ah, so that's how it is. Our friend with the hat did mention he was on some kind of trip. The fool, the professor, starting to see like everyone in your group is off doing their own thing. I can't deny that. Even Walter's acting on his own right now. However, you needn't worry thanks to that agreement between the Grandmaster and President Gramhart. And given how much dear Elroy has been scolded, I especially doubt he's still up trouble anytime soon. As much as I like that to be true, I'm not about to count on it. By the way, maybe you could give us more details about your pact with my father? Nice try, but sorry. That's not something I can let slip so easily. In any event, I plan to leave Edith soon and head off to a certain place. God grief, there she goes being vague yet again. Well, at the very least, enjoy the cake here. It's so good it'll restore the humanity to your dark and twisted soul. If I had my way, I'd sit Harwood, a fool, and your professor down and shove it sliced on each of their throats too. Something tells me it wouldn't be quite the same effect on them that it does you, Van. Well, I'd been recommending it to Yoda and a few others, but it seems you're quite a fan of sweets yourself. Yes, my daughter told me all kinds of stories about your sweet tooth. I got to thinking, and I'd love for a connoisseur such as yourself to try this one dessert in my recipe book someday. You got a dessert? Van hears about the new sweet and his neurons light up like a bonfire. Who would have thought this conversation would end with us recommending sweets to each other? I'm a little curious, honestly. At the very least, it seems we don't need to be overly suspicious about Miss Isolde for the moment. True, best we leave it to Miss Lanster to keep an eye on her, while we focus on our other tasks.
What would you like? Come again.
That was delish.
No? Something needs to happen? Oh, this number.
Hey there, darlings! How have you all been? Your fixer work still going well?
Oh shoot, forgot to stop by earlier, but yeah, it's going okay, all things considered. Don't suppose you've got anything new about that AD group for me, do you? It just so happens one of Elaine's seniors from the guild stopped by my place not too long ago, and I've been having a nice long chat with this rare customer. Could it be Zin? We ran into him ourselves just this morning. Wouldn't have expected that shaved bear to ever come to your shop, though. Oh, don't worry, he knows that I often serve underground types, so he's been on his best behavior. Anyway, he wanted me to pass on a message if I was able to get into contact with you. Namely that this is a good opportunity for you to come and meet the special guest we've got with us. Huh, no clue who that could be, but you make it sound like a pretty big fish. But got it. We'll swing by if we can find the time.
I'll be waiting for you. We've got some other stuff to talk about, so no rush.
I'm sorry to trouble you, but I really could use your assistance. Everyone from Arkwright Solutions, and Elaine as well.
That voice. Could it be? With that, my message is delivered. We'll be waiting, darlings. I feel like I've heard that man's voice somewhere before. His voice was pretty calm. Wait. Yes, we first met him during the illusory coup, and saw him again at the political debate. From what I hear, he's been pretty active in Parliament recently. It seems he's been questioning the Patriot League about problems that have come up as a result of the space program. Correct, and due to that, he's been in frequent contact with the guild as of late. But given our charter, there's not much we can publicly do to help him. Ah yes, the Brace's policy of not interfering in politics. This would be a situation you'd have to treat with utmost care. But still, given this guy's position, I'm willing to bet he's got some good info for us. Right then, once we got everything else settled, we head over to Bermotti's in Riverside. Alright. Is it immediately, or...? We start chatting with them, it'll probably be a while before we're done. We're coming up on 4:30. Should we wrap up our work for now and head in? Hold off then. Okay, I thought as much, but I wasn't certain.
Jin really is with the senator.
They seem really engrossed in their conversation. Let's leave them be until the time is right.
Good. What do we have in...
Initializing planner mode.
Thanks.
Aroma?
Thank you very much.
Reset.
Thank you.
And we have some
Thanks.
3-point cards for the characters
I'll
from
take that.
Grimgarden.
I will cherish this.
Don't mind if I do.
Much obliged.
This means a lot to me.
I'll treasure it always. I'll keep it safe.
Oh, that's awful kind of you.
Thanks a bunch.
My gratitude.
Good. Alright, I took a quick look off screen.
Shifting to maintenance mode.
And the mayor law and chaos actually have a second shard command. I think I take a look.
I'm Mayor, a dedicated custom hollow.
Good.
Shock one up. Good stuff, good stuff.
Initializing planner mode.
An invitation or a riddle solving game. Once we decided to take a short break. Everyone split up so we could spend free time as we pleased. So to keep you waiting, Van. Yo, oh, one of Alino's new Orbital scooters, huh? You buy that? Yes, but not for the school commute. It's great for casual riding, and since it's a good handling, I figured I could drive it around Libel too. Not a bad idea, you're making me want one. I bet it'd be real handy to have if I wanted to shop somewhere a little further out. Not that I'm saying my pickup is inconvenient or anything. Whatever you say, but I should cut to the chase. I wanted to get your help with something. Sorry it's on such short notice. You're talking about that real-world riddle game, right? One of Percy's deals, I take it? His little enterprise has slowly been gaining steam in the capital. It's no surprise, seeing how unique it is. People have been enjoying his games quite a lot. And thanks to our previous interactions, I've even helped him out on occasion. But the other day I received this invitation. A new real-world riddle game, The Hidden Treasure of Edith Labyrinth. It's a game spread across the city, requiring players to use the subway system and solve riddles. Sounds interesting to me, but seeing as I'm here, it's not that simple. Quite right, I reached out to Percy and he said it has nothing to do with him. The idea that someone might be trying to scam people using the popularity of his games sent him right to the authorities. So far we only know that there have yet to be any reports of injury or harm. And that I'm the only one who has received an invitation. Talk about suspicious, especially since it's clearly targeted. I thought you would say that. Perhaps someone wishes to confess their love before their beloved upperclassman goes home to Libel? I can only hope it's something along those lines. That would be way too roundabout, beloved upperclassman. Is it just me or are you really enjoying yourself? Setting aside the culprit's intentions, the game itself seems quite fun. Now that I've finished transitioning my student council duties, this might just be the exercise my brain needs. And while we have some fun, we can figure out who the culprit is together. Shouldn't that be priority number one? Regardless, I suppose nothing about this smells too much. Nothing about you can surprise me anymore, so I might as well come along for a ride. Could be a nice break too. Starting point is a trade platform here. Now then, shall we play the game? And so Van and Renne made their way down to the subway platform and got to work on the culprit's riddles. First things first, we have to figure out where we're getting off by using the hints sealed inside the invitation. Then we make our way to the affiliated shops in each district, gathering hints that we can track down the game's treasure. That's more or less how the game will progress. I should mention it seems the shops all were roped in using Percy's name. The culprit even sent them the money. Sounds like they are not so much using the game's popularity as hijacking them entirely. Whatever. What's the first hint? Let me see. Oh, insatiable challengers who seek the hidden treasure, make your way to the land of angles free, where cultures intersect. In the castle where stories interweave, inspect the nameplate upon which time is inscribed. They're really trying to set a mood. Seems like it'll be reasonably challenging. But not impossible. If you think it through, I'm sure you'll be able to solve the riddle. The key is a bit about a place where cultures intersect and the castle where stories interweave. So what does it mean exactly? Let's see. Alright, found it. Looks like another hint. The land of Angles 3, where cultures intersect, refers to the Tyrol district. While the castle where stories interweave is the movie theater, which means of course that the nameplate is the movie schedule. Wow, congratulations! Your challenge is playing the game, yes? You're the first one to track down this hint. As a special gift, please accept these swords. So these are the swords granted to those who seek the treasure. But in reality they're simply limited edition churros. One of the perks of players of a game, I suppose. The culprit's no slouch if they've got stuff like this lined up. They really know how to keep people motivated. Then, shall we continue? After that, Van and Renne rode the subway across the capital, gathering hints as they went along. The difficulty of the riddles worked nicely with a story attached to them, making it a game well worth playing. The limited time specials offered by the affiliated shops served as fantastic motivation. Van and Renne used their perception and deductive powers to rapidly solve riddle after riddle. Until finally... with the final riddle. The hidden treasure can be found where the kitty and the Spriggan first met. Now hold on a second. The other riddles have been rather indirect, but this one gets straight to the point. Where the kitty and the Spriggan first met. Do you remember? How could I forget? Let's not waste any more time. Right. Ever the trickster, I swear. Phantom Thief B? What are you folks doing over here? No one's allowed in while we're working. Oh wait, are you guys playing that riddle game? Bingo. The organizer reached out to us. Turns out your folks are the first ones to finish the whole thing. There's something hidden over there, treasure or whatever. Since you're here, why not come and take a look with us? I've been meaning to say thank you after everything that happened with Patamata. I'll have to pass. I'm not so self-absorbed as to get in the way of your moment. Good day, Renne. And well done, Spriggan. Hey, wait a sec. And that must be the treasure in question. To the beautiful young lady Renne Bright. I present this modest bouquet of flowers in celebration of completing your time abroad in Calvert. We have known each other for quite some time now, but who could have guessed you'd become such a beautiful young woman? At the end of your long journey, you found a place for yourself in the world and even managed to bury your past but a few months ago. Your beauty may have been polished in the darkness, but you shine even more brightly in the light. This new vision of elegance fills me with great joy. I look forward to your future growth. With love, Phantom Thief Bleu Blanc. Or Boris Enforcer number 10, huh? I've heard about him before. But never thought I'd get involved with him like this. I'm sure he was just passing through the Republic. No doubt he came to offer his congratulations once he heard I was finishing my time abroad. Doing like this is so very like him. He put together a whole freaking game and everything. But how the hell did he learn about this place? Finding out where you and I first met 6 years ago? I'm sure that was child's play to the elusive phantom thief. Although I can't say for certain whether or not he planned for us to come here together. This place brings back memories. The way I remember it, after you left the society and got away from that professor who was on your tail, you wandered aimlessly and you found yourself here, right? Yes, I was just a little lost kitten quivering in fear. And then you suddenly sat down next to me and spoke to me. Hey there, little lady. You're gonna catch a cold if you hang around here at night. And who are you? Can you please leave me alone? I don't wish to talk to anyone right now. That makes 2 of us. I just started this gig, you see? They've already messed up big time. I went and lined up to buy this famous cake just to take my mind off things. I'm actually heading home right now. Is that so? How very kind of you to share the dull minutiae of your daily life. Tell me, would you rather make yourself scarce or be slaughtered here now? Now, don't be all prickly. To be honest, I didn't think you'd even be here, but Yerk guy wasn't lying. Grandpa? Look, it's cold also. Why don't you swing by my place? I've got some black tea that'll go great with this cake. Looking back on it, you did act quite suspiciously. You're lucky I didn't report you to the police. Yeah, and thanks for not slaughtering me too. In the end, you stayed at my place for a while, as I did whatever I could to keep the professor at bay. We even managed to make it work until you made it into Crossbow. Honestly, I don't know what the old man was thinking and trusting you to a young guy who'd only just opened up shop. It's because you reminded him of me. We both chose solitude, distancing ourselves from the ones we cared about most. You must have felt we would get along because we shared a similar heart of darkness. I swear, that guy. It's not like I made my past public knowledge. Anyway, it's true that I did feel comfortable with you. That brief time I spent with you and your welcoming darkness helped me heal just a little. And it gave me the gentle push I need to take the hands offered by those dear to me.
Thank you, Van, for everything you did for me. Far be it from me to be honest with my feelings, but I thought I ought to say so before returning to Liberl.
Nothing to thank me for. You commissioned me for a job and we both helped each other out in the end. Gotta say, I'm damn glad I took that job. When you do head out, you take care in Liberl, okay?
I will. You take care too, Van. And take good care of Agnes, won't you?
Course I will. Afterwards, they let Percy know that the Riddle game issue had been resolved. And once he saw Ren off, Van got back to work. Okay, that was incredibly cool.
Initializing planner mode.
Van's group decided to take a short break. Thank you for coming, you two. I really appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule for this. A security advisement. Under normal circumstances, wouldn't bother you with such a request. Please, think nothing of it. I'm more than happy to offer suggestions with regard to Academy security. Especially after the bombing attempt a few months ago. Yeah, and people are pretty high-strung these days, with the space program and excitement and all. Also, nipping problems in the bud is all part of a Spriggan's job description, so you've come to the right person. Thank you, Van. Elaine, I appreciate your willingness to assist. The festival may have gone off without a hitch, but better safe than sorry, I always say. Wonder if somewhere in his subconscious he remembers those incidents. I think that's likely to be the case. Well, few things give greater pleasure than helping my alma mater. As for Van, I can think of no better occasion to remedy all the trouble he's caused during his enrollment. You really love to harp on that point, don't you? In his defense, Van did more than his fair share of aiding others back then too. Honestly, I'm getting a little emotional seeing the two of you here together again. Mr. Powell. Anyhow, I'll see what I can do. You want us to look around the school and write up a list of ways where security could be improved, right? Yes, if you could. The students are still on break, so you're welcome to take as much time as you need. You know, it's a little strange the two of us walking the academy grounds like normal. I know we did as much during the spring festival, but this feels different somehow. Sure does take me back now that you mention it. We were always being pulled in every direction back in the day. Had I known how grueling council work would be, I'd never have signed up to be a part of general affairs in the first place. It helped expand your circle of friends, or no? Frankly, I think you ought to be thanking me if anything. And besides that, you even made a little pocket money doing odd jobs on campus. Oops, the statute of limitations on that several years expired, so I'm afraid you can't get on my case about this one. Now come on, we've got a job to do, so let's get to it, shall we, Miss Former Vice President? Ah, you. Vaughn and Elaine began exploring Aramis Academy. They started by searching the school grounds for any flaws in security that potential intruders could exploit. This was where the bomb was planted. It may behoove us to look through the school's manual for vendor equipment deliveries. I'll leave that one to you. You've got the guild's manual for crime prevention that you can compare it against. But man, being in the science lab also takes me back. I remember sneaking in every now and then to make coffee with the lab beakers. Yes, you did make a habit of that, didn't you? Would even smuggle in sweets to eat with it, as I recall. There'd always be a sweet, fragrant scent floating around the room. Everyone who passed by could smell it. Yeah, like when I brought in those half-burnt cookies a certain someone made in class at one time. The bitterness of the charred edges paired perfectly with the coffee. I'll have you know I've improved a lot since then. Oh, it's hitting me again just how big this room is. Everything looks good so far though. Gotta say, this place sure holds a lot of memories. The student council elections, the festival. Good times. You really were a great help back when I was running for president. I remember you did a lot for me at the time. Yeah, I think I deserve a medal. Although I think I worked as hard as I did in part because I thought it was gonna be the last time I could give you a hand. Oh. Speaking of this place, I really enjoyed watching Anya's and everyone else's performance during the festival. I'd even say it was better than our old play. For the most part, yeah, apparently they found our old script and production materials helpful. I want our people to react to the story of a Calvadian revolution if we performed it now. You know, we do have this nice big empty stage here. I have half a mind to tell you keep dreaming, but I can't deny there's a small part of me that would like a chance at a do-over. Especially knowing that Burgard saw me acting out your ridiculous script. Hey, he was totally on board with Ditzy Dirke. Oh, fiddlesticks, I've gone and lost my revolutionary flag again. Hey, Olga, have you seen my flag anywhere? I'm sorry, please don't hurt me. Even if I was all caught on festival excitement, why on earth did I take that role so seriously? Okay, that should do it for the clubhouse and basketball court. Oh look, the go-to skip class and nap spot is still there just the way I left it. You certainly did like that roof. I would know, considering how many times you made Renne and I drop what we were doing to come wake you up. Why must we keep such an irresponsible tradition alive? High schoolers, am I right? Anyway, all that's left to do is another pass of a school building proper. What's up? Nothing, I remembered there used to be a tree over there. Alright, I didn't even realize it had been taken down. That's where we... Oh yeah, there's one other place we should check. think we went all through school not knowing it was an underground ruin right beneath our feet. It's on the premises, so we would be negligent in our duties if we skipped this. The area is pretty big, and I wouldn't be shocked if there were some monsters still sneaking up the place. Might as well do a quick sweep. And so, Van and Elaine inspected every last rake of the campus. After writing up a list of security concerns, they visited one final spot. Funny, I was in this room just yesterday to drop off some sweets. It's so quiet in here when there's no one around. Indeed, always brings back memories. We used to chat the days away in this room, just the two of us. Yeah, I know. The student council was just as busy back then as it is now. Actually, Van in the uniform looks actually quite good. So busy, in fact, that the sun would be going down by the time we finished our work for the day. I remember you'd always knock out your tasks early, but after the fact you'd give everyone a hand with theirs. I'll admit sometimes I wished you'd be a little more selfish like Renne in cases like that. You say that, but you were very much complicit in helping me help others. Even when everyone else had gone home, you would stay behind and whittle away at the work pile with me until it was all done. And then we'd just sit there, talk about whatever came to mind. I remember the waning sunlight shining softly through the window. Yeah, we were so absorbed in our conversations we didn't even notice when it got dark outside. It gave the teachers working late one hell of a shock when they found us, and we got an earful from the dorm superintendent. Oh yes, an earful and a half. All because we were caught up talking about the silliest, most inane things. Still, I loved the time we had together. So much so that I wanted it to go on forever. I don't know if it was anything that grand. You know, after walking around the school together again, it's really hitting me. We're adults now. Speak for yourself. I still feel like I'm that same little brat on the inside. And before you say something like, yes, I know with how obsessed you are with sweets, don't. Alright. As for me, well, maybe it's less I've matured and more I've gotten better at keeping up appearances. I've just put on a mask to keep my true feelings concealed. Not if it's been terribly effective in hiding them from you. Elaine, it's fine, you don't need to say anything. I know your position hasn't changed. Look, I won't say I haven't thought about the possibility. That said, there's a problem I have that hasn't been dealt with. But I won't make that same mistake twice. It wouldn't be fair to you or to my assistants.
And yet, the fact remains I want to be by your side. Even now, I know we once went our separate ways, and we keep failing to reconnect in quite the same way. But still, I want to be with you, and that feeling hasn't changed.
Wow, you sure know how to leave a guy speechless. I know I'm laying a lot on you here, but you know me. That's just how I am. I'm still the same woman you fell 4 years ago. I've carried these feelings for 8 years, no, even longer than that. And for all that time, we've remained as strong as ever. Elaine, if I'm being honest, I don't think I'll ever be able to settle my account with you. Not with all the good you've done me. I hurt you so much, and then I ran off like a coward. But even after what I did, you still accept me for who I am. Still want to be with me? And you saved me from that hell. Even just that is too much to repay. Wait, what are you? It's probably about time I told you what happened. About when I was stuck in that place. After I was taken from the orphanage, my days in that hell began. I didn't even understand what was going on. I was surrounded by psychos bent on experimenting on me. They made me read one of the Apothecra and all its words which denied my very existence. Every moment there was suffering. And eventually I did let go of who I was. I'm not in pain. I'm not in agony. I'm not alive? No, I'd never even been born. I forced myself to believe all of that until I felt nothing at all. But then one day, a single sensation brought me back from the brink. After days upon days of being force-fed just the bare minimum nutrients necessary to stay alive, my body instinctively started to crave what it lacked. I began to recall a faint memory. A memory of when you brought Quincy Company chocolate to the orphanage. Of when those sweet flavors spread through my mouth for the first time. In the end, I couldn't abandon my sense of self. Or, well, I tried, but whenever I did, I would remember that sweetness. That silly little memory was what tethered me to this world. It was what let me hold on to who I was, until the day I was finally safe from that hell. Guess that's why I ended up becoming just a tiny bit obsessed with sweets.
You idiot. You've had that sweet tooth from the very start. When I found out what happened to you, I hated myself for being so blind. To think my own father made you suffer so much. Somewhere deep in my heart, I believed I didn't have the right to be at your side. But I get it now. Me, Renne, we were there. We were always with you.
You guys were, for sure. Honestly, I had a lot that I wanted to say to you when we reconnected at Aramis as teenagers. But instead, I just acted like the brat I was and ended up running away. So let me say it now. Thank you, Lainey.
That's not fair, Van. After I bared my heart saying all these embarrassing things, you won't even give me a straight answer. That's just not fair.
Yeah. I'm not a fair guy. But you've always known that.
Come out, wherever you are. Reading handouts. I can't believe you forgot them. Where did you last... Elaine for Spriggan? What are you two doing? Nice going, Firma. Don't mind me. Just looking for something I need for our educational visitations. Are we interrupting something? No, you're fine. Just finished our work. Would you like some help looking for those notes? We'd be happy to assist if you'd like. Yeah. After that, Van and Elaine helped Thelma find what she was looking for. Then we reported their findings to Mr. Powell and left Aramis. You okay? Yes, I'm alright now. Well, I think we've caught those girls a bit by surprise. Yeah, really hoping they aren't the gossipy types. Oh, I doubt they spread anything. Although if I did, that would be rather funny in its own right. I think you ought to be a little more concerned, given you're the celebrity here.
Thank you for telling me about what happened, Van. My heart feels a little lighter now. I really want Renne to hear what you said too. But I don't see that happening anytime soon.
We're gonna have to get drinks again sometime. Even if we gotta drag him from his work.
Right. One way or another, we'll make him understand that's what longtime friends like us do for each other. I'll be waiting for that answer, by the way. For however long it takes.
Yeah. I know.
Wow. Okay.
Initializing planner mode.
And Yumé.
Van, say cheese!
Oh, you surprised me there. Already putting a new camera to good use, huh? I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yep, it's super cute, I love it. I wanna take pictures of all kinds of things and people. Oh yeah? Sounds good to me. What kind of stuff are you thinking of? I wanna take pictures of Old Town. Oh, and everyone in the office. Those are cool and all, but aren't they a little too close by? I don't mind taking you somewhere in my truck. You can see more interesting stuff to photograph. Well, today I'm gonna take pictures of Old Town and everyone here. Guess it might be a good idea to start with stuff nearby. Besides, taking pictures of everyday things can give you a chance to see them in a new light. Alright, in that case, can I tag along? If you change your mind, I'd still be happy to take you to another district too. Okay, thanks man. After that, Van and Yumé wandered all over Old Town, and Yumé took photos of everyday life in the district. I'm just doing my usual work, but are you going to take my photo? Yep, you always look super duper pretty when you're working. Oh, you're taking Grandpa's photo? I'm so happy. Hey, why aren't you looking at the camera? You're trying to ruin Yume's photo? Of course not, just, you know, since I'm already dealing with a paparazzi, I turn away from cameras and reflex. And should I even be in any of her photos considering my work? Whoa, you've got a camera? Awesome! It's a little embarrassing, but thanks for taking my photo. You should get in the picture with us too, Yumé. Let's take a group photo. A toy camera? I think that's wonderful. It's only natural to want to capture important memories that you can hold onto them. Feel free to take photos of all the things in your daily life that are important to you. You got a good eye, kid. Taking a photo of us and we at our clean is the right move. I never thought the day would ever come that you take a photo of me. Kind of a strange feeling. It is ordinary days like today that are worth capturing as memories. Wow, already taking photos, huh? Would you like to take some form of shots for us? You can even do a collab with Kizawa. Oh, I get it. You're planning to put all of these photos into an album you got for Agnes? Yep, since I'm giving you an album, I thought it would be nice if it came with some photos too. It'd be kind of sad if it was all empty. I think that's a great idea. After all the time she spent here in Old Town and all the work she's done with the others are definitely important to her. And I bet your photos will really help her appreciate that Yums. Plus, I think it's a nice surprise when she finds out you did all this for her. Just too bad there won't be any pictures of Agnes since it's supposed to be a surprise and all.
Don't worry, I have an idea. I'm gonna take pictures of her with everyone at the birthday party. And then, I'll give her those pictures with the album.
Man, you really thought this through, huh?
Yep. Since I'm giving all these memories to Agnes, I gotta make sure to do it right.
And I bet doing all of this will be a good memory for you too. Which will help make this even more unforgettable for Agnes.
Yep, of course. That's why the day after tomorrow, you gotta make a ton of new memories with me and everyone else.
Will do. Memories, huh? Once she makes from here on, will eventually guide her to the future.
Thanks, Van.
For what?
You're always making memories with me. Like today, you came with me to take pictures, and it was super duper fun.
That's right, even I'm one of Yumi's memories. Come on, I had a blast too, you know? I'm one who should be thanking you.
Really? I'm glad.
Yep, here's to the future, Yumé. Now then, I better help with a prep for Agnes' birthday party too.
Yeah!
After that, Van helped Yumé put the album together and wrap it up. And after making suggestions for a party based on his experience with the Aramis Academy Festival, Van met up with the others and got back to work. Received holocore voice Yumé. I don't think I've ever used the holocore voice. So a separate voice from the ones that are already installed on the holocores. Good. But I think we've been everywhere and done everything so far. And I need to think what I keep immediately. I think I keep Elaine and Renne. And next time we do our tours of the city, I think. Good. Until next time, I'm Mace, and don't get lost.